We're going to talk about gluing PVC fittings to PVC pipe, ABS pipe to ABS fittings. So in facilities maintenance, you're probably going to come across times where you have to do some plumbing work, maybe install a new sink, a new P-trap, some remodel work, run some water piping inside or outside the building, irrigation, etc. There's different types of pipe, but the main ones you're going to see in facilities maintenance for the most part is PVC, CPVC, and ABS. ABS is going to be your drain waste vent pipe. You also have PVC that's not for pressure. That can also be for drain waste vent pipe. You never use drain waste vent pipe for any pressure application. Never ever. That's not safe. It's not the code. And if you look on the side of the pipe, it's always going to say what type of pipe it is, what its pressure rating is, temperature rating. So if you look here on the upper left-hand corner, this is 1.5" Schedule 40 pipe. The way even though it says DWV for drain waste vent pipe, you see it has a pressure rating of 330 psi at 73 degrees Fahrenheit. So don't get confused by that. Schedule 40 pipe on the very bottom of the screen, you see it says not for pressure. There's no pressure rating. That's how you tell the difference, so just be careful there. On the right-hand side, the black pipe is generally your ABS pipe. Schedule 80 PVC and CPVC is usually going to be a light gray or dark gray, but not always. PVC pipe does come in other colors, even clear. Same as CPVC. So just read the side of your pipe. On the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, you see what CPVC pipe looks like. So just be aware there's different types of pipe. And obviously the higher the schedule number, so Schedule 80 has a higher pressure and temp rating than Schedule 40 pipe. But again, ABS, that's drain waste vent pipe, never used for pressure. So ABS, you can see the definition here. Same with PVC, polyvinyl chloride, CPVC, chlorinated polyvinyl chloride. Both, again, you can get them in Schedule 40, Schedule 80. There's other schedules, but those are the most common you're going to find. You also want to be careful if you're doing new construction or remodel work. Check with your local authority having jurisdiction. Some areas would prefer you will specify that you use PVC or CPVC, depending on if it's a potable water system or a hot water system. So just make sure you know that. If you're going to have an inspection, make sure you get make sure you install the proper type of pipe. And you can see generally PVC is good up to 140 degrees Fahrenheit. If you need to run hotter water than that, you want to go with CPVC because that's good up to 200 degrees Fahrenheit. And again, ABS is not for pressure. It's used for drain waste vent piping. So glues, or to be more specific, cements, there's different types, different formulations for different type of piping, different pressure ratings, different temp ratings. Always read the can. So here on the screen we see there's a purple primer and a clear PVC cement, regular body. They also have medium. You also see medium body and extra heavy body. You can get clear primers. The purple primer is for inspection. So again, if you're going to have a building inspector, plumbing inspector look at your work, they usually require a purple primer to prove and show that yes, you did prime all of your joints. That's why it's colored. If you're not going to have an inspection and it's not required at your facility, you can also use the clear primer. But it's a good business practice to always use primer and then use your PVC cement. ABS, it's not for pressure. So you can just use, like for example, on the right hand side of the screen, you see it says medium black ABS cement. In that case, you never need to use primer. You can just use a cleaner. Technically, primers are not cleaners, although when you prime a PVC pipe, you will notice it will clean the pipe. But the main function of the primer is to soften the pipe and help with the chemical reaction with the cement and the PVC, to fuse the pipe and the fitting together to create a strong leak-proof bond. Again, read the canister. It'll tell you if it's for a CPVC, PVC, ABS. You want to use the proper cement for the proper application. In those instances where you have to glue PVC to ABS in a drain waste vent application, they make a transition cement that you see in the bottom center of your screen. But again, that's not for pressure. So you can glue ABS to PVC, but that's not for pressure. It's for a drain waste vent. The extra heavy duty clear PVC you see on the top of the screen, again, it has a pressure and temp rating. So always read the can. And the heavier bodies are good for if you're doing a lot of vertical or upside down, gluing a pipe together. So you don't have the cement running all over the place. Some are fast setting, some are slower setting. Again, you want to read the can. But always when you're gluing PVC pipe, the best practice is to use a cleaner, then your primer, then your cement. But at a minimum, the second best practice would be a primer followed by cement. So again, here's what the process looks like. You start by cleaning your pipe, make sure the ends are deburred, cut square, they're clean. Then you go ahead and apply your primer on the inside of the fitting, on the outside of the pipe. While the primer is still wet, you don't want to let it dry. So within the minute or two of applying the primer, you want to then immediately go ahead and apply your cement. And again, the cement to the inside of the fitting, the outside of the pipe, and then you immediately push them together and give a quarter turn and hold for about 30 seconds. And the chemical process will take place and will permanently bond the fitting and the pipe together. And so again, the same process for ABS, except you wouldn't need to use a primer, obviously, and still hold the fitting and the pipe together for a count of 30 to make sure it doesn't push apart on you. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Leave me a comment if there's further topics you'd like me to cover in a future video, and ring the notification bell. Thank you.